Interpretation of verse 228 of Surat Al-Baqarah. The verse explains one of the rulings on divorce, which is that the woman waits for her period to end, which is 3 menstrual periods, and then purifies herself from them. As for the woman who is pregnant, her waiting period is until she gives birth. As for the one whose menstruation stopped at the age of menopause, her waiting period is 3 Hijri months. It is not permissible for a divorced woman to conceal what is in her womb, whether it is a pregnancy, or to conceal the number of times she menstruated, with the intention of shortening the waiting period and marrying someone else in a shorter period than the waiting period, because all of this does not please Allah and is not following the rulings of Allah. If they divorce, the woman believes in Allah and fears Allah and fears the reckoning of the last day, then she should not do that, because belief in Allah has a close relationship with the Islamic ruling. Because of pregnancy or menstruation is simple matters that are not governed by apparent law, but rather what governs it is her conscience that is linked to the process of faith and fear of Allah. If she conceals what is in her womb or the number of menstrual periods, this will lead to the corruption of society. First, if she marries another man while she is pregnant, this will corrupt society, because the child inherits from his mother's husband, i.e., he inherits from someone other than his father, and this may lead to the mixing of lineages with forbidden people and others, as well as the number of cycles she may be pregnant without knowing, and has not purified her womb to make sure that she is not pregnant, i.e., not carrying out Allah's command, causes what corrupts society and sanctities. If concealment is linked to the conscience of faith, the husband has the right to return his wife at any time during the waiting period. This is if they want to reform, and it is as if this is a threat to the spouses, then the law allows them to return. However, if the husband wants to return her to cause her harm for a reason within himself, then religion tells him no, you do not have that right, because God Almighty forbids injustice. If the waiting period has expired, the picture is different. There must be a guardian, a new contract, a dowry, and the wife's consent. In continuation of the above from verse 228 of Surat Al-Baqarah, God explains in this verse that responsibilities are distributed with divine justice and clarified the rights of each of them towards the other. There is a right for the husband, that is a duty on the wife, and these are her responsibilities imposed by her nature as a woman. It is to provide the man with a suitable home to live in when he returns from his mission in life. There is a right for the wife, that is a duty on the husband. He has responsibilities required by his nature as a man, which is to work and strive to spend, and they must perform these rights in a good manner. However, the man raises the woman to a degree that is guardianship. Guardianship is a greater responsibility and not control. Whoever takes guardianship as an opportunity to dominate and control takes it out of its purpose. The origin of guardianship is that it is the responsibility to organize life, and it is what contains the woman and the home through spending. Spending is not just spending money, but it is to spend from what God has provided him, with a kind or good companionship and treatment, all of which are spending. And let it be known as God Almighty does not like a man to humiliate a woman who is one of God's creations, and God is wise and able to take revenge for the woman if the man understands that his position above the woman is injustice, and it is also noticeable that the woman knows her presence with the man is not a favor from her to him. So there is no humiliation in marriage because the basis of marriage is affection, mercy, and good treatment between them.